Okay, I have to do it. I'm coming after the Trinitarians. I mean, there's no point doing analysis on Jews, Muslims, and all this. They're not doing any self-analysis. The Christians do exactly the same things the other religions do. They do zero self-analysis. I mean, you got to ask yourself, why did the Christian nations capitulate so quickly and so easily to idolatry? How did this happen? You know, you got to do self-analysis. There's no point just going, oh, the devil did it. It's like a fat person saying, oh, the devil made me overweight. I was the devil. No self-analysis, zero. Okay, so I'm coming after the Trinity. Um, for me, I mean, I knew early on there was something wrong. Basically, I was in school. I mean, I've got an unusually high IQ and I'm hyper rational. So then you have a priest and whatever telling you that your deity is a schizophrenic. So he's God and his Father at the same time. So why do they do this? So I mean, I was an atheist for a while, then a Neo-Platonist, and then I came round because then I realized Christianity was true, but Trinitarianism is not true. So this is how it happened. I think my personal opinion is the Trinity creates idolaters. Why? Atheists are idolaters. So when you're presented with something completely irrational, there's a certain percentage of the population will just dismiss it as nonsense and become an idolater. An atheist is simply an idolater. They have a different god. Their god may be hedonism, it may be the state, it may be a political philosophy, it may be materialism. An atheist is simply an idolater. Christianity has a unique susceptibility to idolatry, very unique amongst the three Abrahamic religions. If you notice, the Jews of the Old Covenant, not the Talmudic pedagraphs of today, the Hebrews of the Old Covenant, they never became idolaters. For 7,000 years they were persecuted, abused, kicked out of like 100 countries. They never ever became idolaters. Muslims, they never became idolaters. You can have like a woman with a bag on her head with 7 other wives to the same husband. She gets beat 8 times a day. She will still have complete faith within herself. Why? Why does Christianity have this unique susceptibility to idolatry? Ask yourself. So the Trinitarians, what they do, they say, "Oh, just have faith." Well, a Muslim can use the same argument. He can, we know Muhammad was a pederast, but just have faith. God works in mysterious ways. You can just use that argument. And the thing is, their knowledge of history doesn't get to the level of Wikipedia. Jesus never mentions the Trinity. You're creating a Godhead. You're creating a polytheistic entity. You're diluting the providence of the Almighty. It's a very bad idea. Okay. So the way I look at it, the Jews, by rejecting the Messiah, rejected moral order. The Muslims, by rejecting Jesus as the last prophet, have rejected logical order. The Christians are unique in that their religion started as true, but have dipped into idolatry by creating a polytheist godhead. There's no biblical evidence of this. I mean, when they do start poking, looking for verses, I can find more evidence that Mary should be there as well. So don't even look 2 minutes of history. There was 2 Nicene creeds. The first Nicene creed was like 320, where they added Jesus to the Godhead. And then there was a second one where they added the Holy Spirit to the Godhead. Right? So what they've done, the Holy Spirit is not even a separate entity. It's just a faculty of the Almighty. There's only one Almighty, the Father of Jesus Christ. That is it. End of. So they've got a faculty, which is the Holy Spirit. It's a faculty of the Almighty, and they've elevated the faculty to the Almighty and created a Godhead. And now you've made, because you want Jesus to be co-equal with the Father, he has to be co-eternal, because he's now holy God. So now him and God are the same person. Now you've created a schizophrenic. What else have you done? You've ruined the God-Father relationship, because now Jesus is eternal. How can he be eternal if he's the Son? You know, there's zero reason it can't be completely rational. There's no reason. You can't just say, oh, he's in mysterious ways. If Jesus says the Trinity, if he mentioned the Trinity, then you could use that argument, God works in mysterious ways. But he never does. He never does. So Christians need to look hard at their history. They need to look hard at why the Christianity has a unique vulnerability to idolatry. Idolatry is atheism. They capitulated very fast to atheism, and even modern Christians are not necessarily Christians. They are pedagrass. Who is that pedagrass sitting in the chair of Peter? Is he a Christian? That what's his name? The Pope Bergoglio. They preach a social justice state type pacifist Buddhist type religion. I don't know. I'm not sure it resembles Christianity at all. So most modern, either they're idolaters, atheists, or they're nominal Christians who essentially are Buddhist pacifists. So you got to do some self-analysis. There's no point just doing self-analysis on Jews and Muslims. I'm giving you the news. The Jews and Muslims are less idolatrous than the Christians. Okay?